Okay, Hunter, we're live.
Good afternoon. My name is Hunter Morrison. I'm the planning consultant for the city of Youngstown, and this is a regular meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals and the City Planning Commission held on Tuesday, July 27th at 2021 at 1:30 in the Public Works Conference Room on the 6th floor of Youngstown City Hall by Zoom for committee members and the public. We have a quorum. I will be testifying on the cases that we have today. So I'm going to turn the gavel over to member Chuck Shasha.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call to order the City of Youngstown Board of Zoning Appeals Planning Commission meeting for Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. We are holding in the Public Works Conference Room, 5th floor, City Hall. And we have members present in person, Attorney Law Director, Attorney Jeff Limbian, Member Marguerite Douglas, Deputy Director of Public Works, Charles Shasha. Joining us via Zoom is Member John R. Swires. First item on the agenda, the Planning Commission is reference number 07-21, referring to ordinance 21-100. It's a request by the City of Youngstown to change the zone classification of properties located on Albert Street. Outlot numbers 28151, 28152, 28513, 28514, 28154, 28155, and 28156, currently zoned MU1 and RT 5.5, 1 and 2 family residential, proposed to be changed to industrial green.
Mr. Chairman, the members have before them a map of the subject properties. These are all properties that are city-owned or city land-based properties. I'm going to request that this ordinance be amended to include one property that's not on the list. That's property 53-101-0-175-0.0. Which is the large parcel at the public and Albert Street.
Okay, we'll get that amendment. You can just submit that amendment in writing for the actual ordinance. And at this time, it's like it's okay with you guys. Just have Attorney Limbian and Mr. Morrison as possible.
Good afternoon. Do you both swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, nothing but the truth, either as you answer the matter or under penalty of perjury? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the ordinance refers to 6 small parcels. Suggested that the large parcel at Corner Republic and Albert also be included in this. These are parcels that are currently zoned mixed-use institutional and 1 and 2 family. The proposal for this and for the other parcels that we are going to be considering today is to convert these parcels from their current zoning to industrial green. And you see also on the left or west side of Albert Street, the side of the map, that all those parcels along Albert Street, west side of Albert, are industrial green. This would incorporate include these parcels which are vacant into industrial green zone classification, so that they can be developed to the next use.
Yeah, questions. Are these all sitting against on?
Yes, sir.
It's my recollection that the large parcels that sit just off of Albert Street are that's in use as like a it's really almost like being used. It's not being used as residence right now.
No, these parcels are not being used for residential purposes, and we're not proposing rezoning any properties that are currently residential. It's done through directly through the land or by the Board of Education.
Okay, we're still on reference 07-21. Does any committee members have any questions for the applicant?
Through the chair,
1 second, Councilman. Any committee members have any general questions for the?
I do.
Okay, at this point, we're going to open up to the audience that's on Zoom. If you could please, to be recognized, and I will address everyone one at a time. I believe I heard Councilman Oliver's voice.
yes, Chuck, thank you. I just got a request and a comment. My request is that maybe somebody give an explanation of what industrial green means as opposed to what it's currently zoned as. And the reason I'm saying that is because I got a phone call today and the resident was basically concerned about industrial green and being close to their neighborhood and didn't know what it means. So I just wanted to, somebody to put it out there as far as the description of industrial green zoning. And this constituent also stated that they just received their notification Saturday and they felt like it wasn't enough time to be able to get to the meeting or participate in the meeting. So that's my comment. And I just would like for one of you guys to just explain industrial green so they understand what it is. Thank you.
I think I can explain industrial green. If I don't do it well enough, Ms. Crosby will jump in. Basically, Councilman, industrial green is like a replacement for what used to be called light industrial. We don't have a light industrial. The only industrial we have is industrial unlimited or industrial green. So industrial unlimited is a very small group of properties in the city. It would be reserved for more of something of a LORIC or heavy industry. Green infrastructure, industrial green is more of a like a light industry type thing. There's some requirements for fencing, and there's specific requirements on things to be conducted indoors and storage to be held indoors. So it's supposed to be a less obtrusive version of industrial is the intent of it. Did I get that right, Robert?
Yes, and I believe, Mr. Tasha, it was to distribution activities and incentives for use of green technologies in the development.
Yes. Also, Councilman, I don't have a clear answer on the notice requirements. I know we're working on that. I know that next month, if we were planning on going back to full on in-person meetings with applicants and the public, I expect that to improve drastically at that point.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the explanation. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, at this time, is there anyone else that wants to be recognized to speak on this matter? At this point, I'm just going to ask either for or against. There's no one in the room here. It's in the public. If anybody wants to speak, please go ahead and speak up. Speak up with your name first so I can recognize you.
Yes, hi. My name is Deborah Holt, and I happen to live in that area. And I was the one that called Councilman Oliver earlier this morning. And thank you, Councilman Oliver, for asking my questions. Do you have any idea on who is requesting the zoning change?
Okay, the zone request is being the applicant is the city of Youngstown. We actually own the parcels. It's my understanding that there is no specific details on any end user or any specifics. What we're saying is that, you know, if this zone change goes through, it's going to open up some possibilities and some opportunities for development that would otherwise not be able to be made. So we're doing this in attempts to cause that land to be developed, as opposed to having to rush at the last minute. So we're trying to get this done in advance. Actually, I guess I would actually refer to the applicant at this point. So go ahead, guys.
Good Chair, I can speak to that. What we're trying to do through our planning and community development, planning, and economic development department as a whole is look at what lands we have available that we can set aside in clusters, whether it be for redevelopment for commercial use or redevelopment for residential use. So we have a team that we put together, and we're doing some land assembly of different parcels that we can group up or assemble as one parcel and one large opportunity to market that parcel, again, whether it's for our housing development or for economic development. So that's what we're looking across the board. You'll see that with all of these cases that we brought before the committee. We're just assembling all of the land that we think we can gather at one time so that we can use it as another tool for economic development.
Okay, and do you expect it to affect any of the existing homes in that area, or?
Through the chair, when we looked at these, we made sure that this was available land. We're not looking to dislocate, relocate anyone or displace anyone. We're just looking at property that we can develop that it can be site ready.
Okay, thank you very much for your explanation.
I'm gonna let the record reflect that member Eric Holmes has joined the meeting in person.
Mr. Chairman, if this particular case can be amended to include the parcel that I have, send it to council.
Robert, you know that.
So 53-101-0-175.00-.
Noted, and we will add that to. Okay, is there anyone else in the Zoom world that would like to comment on this case? Okay, thank you very much. This is reference number 0-21. Any further discussion from the committee?
Just a question, just so I'm clear. Any motion would be to recommend to council, correct?
The motion is a recommendation to City Council.
When you're ready, I'll make the motion. I make a motion to allow for the change in classifications as outlined above as a recommendation to council.
Okay, we have a motion to make a recommendation for approval of ordinance 21-100. Motion made by Attorney Limbian. We have a second by Marguerite Douglas. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Mr. Squires. Couldn't hear you. Yes. Aye.
I just was, I guess I was muted. Yes,
Richard,
aye.
a vote, please. Okay, we have 4 ayes. I'm assuming Mr. Holmes, you didn't vote on that. Or did you?
I did, yeah. I read.
Oh, okay, having read the case, Mr. Holmes also voted aye. We have 5 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. Recommendations will be made to City Council. Thank you. We'll move on to reference number 08-21, ordinance 21-101. Again, request by the City of Youngstown, change in zone classification of the following properties on Albert Street. Lot numbers 28115, 28116, 28117, 28118, 28119, 28121, 28122. Parcel ID 53-103-0-044, 28122, which is parcel 53-103-0044.01. 28123 and 28124 are currently zoned RS 7.2 residential single family to IG industrial green. Okay, so the applicant would like to again address or give us an introduction on what's going on with these
Yeah.
properties.
Chairman, these are land bank properties. They're actually on Kimmel and Garland. And the map is a little clearer, so I'm passing out a map to you which identifies the parcels in question. We will again correct this before council. But these are a set of small parcels that are on the street, on Garland and Kimmel. And again, the proposal is to convert these from their current residential use to industrial green as part of a larger assembly.
Again, these are all owned by the city, not sorry.
These are all owned by the city of Youngstown and are vacant properties.
Okay. Very similar to the last case. Anyone on the committee have any general questions regarding these parcels?
Nope.
Anyone here? Mr. Squires? Okay, at this point, I'll open it up to the Zoom world out there. Does anybody have any comments, either for or against? Case
Yeah, through the
number-
chair.
Councilman. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman. The only concerns are phone calls I'm getting about these pieces, and I've tried to reassure the constituency on the east side of the first ward that the city would not allow this to happen. But the biggest concern is that another salvage yard is coming, or this is going to turn into. Of course, I hear the chill can thing all the time, or this is going to turn into what's going on in McGuffey Plaza. And I just wanted to be able to reassure the constituency of the first ward that that's not the case in this particular zone change. And that's not the type of industry we're looking for to locate in this area. So I don't know if anybody wanted to speak to that and just try to reassure the residents of the east side that we're looking for quality industries to come in and take roots in everything.
Also,
Through the chair, thank you, Councilman. We want to make sure that our residents understand that the reason we're doing this is to have control of these parcels and of this land so that we can work along with the constituency, with the council representatives, in making sure that whatever businesses come meet a higher standard than what they've become, what we've become accustomed to. We are intentionally raising the bar on what we accept, and I hope our meetings that we've been having this year and the past year are representative of what we are not accepting anymore in the city of Youngstown. So we're definitely working together with everyone impacted to make sure any business that comes in the city is something that we can all benefit from.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, regarding lots on Albert Street, reference number 0-21 on the agenda. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak on the matter? In the Zoom room? Kimmel Garland, sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, the address is correctly listed as Kimmel.
So someone is trying to message in a question. Okay, so there's two questions that came up on through the messaging app in Zoom. The first question is, why was the east side picked for this project? And the second question is, what are the environmental concerns of this project? This possibly one address.
Through the chair, there is no project that we have lined up for any of these properties right now. What we're doing, as stated earlier, I don't know if everyone was on at the time, is that we have a land assembly team that we've put together so that we are site ready and shovel ready when an opportunity presents itself, that we can explore some business opportunities for economic development, workforce development, and job growth in our city. So we've been passed on several times when opportunities from the regional chamber or businesses want to relocate here because we don't have the land available. And what we're trying to do through this process is to make sure that we have the land available so that when someone is scouting out an opportunity, that we can present ourselves at the table at that time.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak on this this matter? Okay, is there any other comments from the committee members, comments, motions, discussion? Chair doesn't normally order the motions, but in this case, I will go ahead and make a motion to make a recommendation to the city council to approve the zone change.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion made by myself, second by,
I'll double that second, just to be,
thank you, Attorney Libby. The motion made by myself and seconded by Mr. Squires and Attorney Libby. Any further discussion? The motion is to recommend approval of the city of Youngstown City Council. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
I,
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And the recommendation will be made to City Council. For the record, there was someone else asked a question of the messaging app, which really isn't the proper avenue, but they must be having a problem with their audio. It says, will these projects be made known to the residents? I think Ms. Foster already answered that there are no specific projects tied to this particular case. So this is, again, as she stated, this is to get shovel ready and site ready locations for future projects, wherever they may be. And as always, the Economic Development Department will take each project and look at it individually.
I have a question.
With this case is done. If you have a general question, go ahead.
Yes, I think whoever asked that question was leaning more towards, I know you guys are saying that you want to be shovel ready when an opportunity presents, but are you going to bring it back to the community before we decide on what projects are happening in our community?
Through the chair, yes, we will. We will work hand in hand with your council person, and we will be more than welcome to come to your community and meet with your neighborhood groups and whatever other venue that we can share the information as opportunities present themselves. Nothing can be approved unless it goes to your council person anyway.
Sorry, I muted for a second just because I just wanted to ask Ms. Crosby to give you some information. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on to reference number 09-21. It refers to ordinance 21-102. Request by the city of Youngstown to change the zone classification of property located on Atkinson Avenue. City lot numbers 56701 and 56702, currently zoned RS 7.2 residential single family to industrial IG industrial green.
Chairman, this is a similar case to the ones you passed, involving two parcels on Atkins Avenue. We will refer to your map. They are the two vacant parcels on Atkins Midway. Right before it the turn back.
These are just these two parcels then?
Just these two parcels.
Okay.
Again, the proposal is to change them.
Are any of these other cases near there?
Yes, the next case is on Bennington. It's the case of the parcel immediately south. So, square parcel.
Okay. Then where's the large parcel that's also highlighted?
So that involves, that is dealt with in case 11.
Okay.
Remaining parcel, larger parcel. Again, we will, before we go to council, we will simplify the
Okay.
each case that's a specific map. This map is used for several cases. It's a little confusing. That's why I tend to walk people through it so that you can see what one's involved.
Okay.
But this case involves the two rectangular shaped parcels on
Hey, anyone, committee have any questions? I mean, these are all really the same thing. Again, there's no specific projects on these. But these are all very similar, all these cases. So does anyone have any questions, comments? Okay. Is there anyone in the Zoom World audience that would like to comment on these cases? The map that you have is basically showing all the rest of the cases, I believe, on one map. So if you can see, if you can kind of get a picture of where we're looking at here. Does anyone have any comments or questions on this particular case though?
Yes, I did. My name is Travis Dodd. I actually own the property over on 1515 Bennington. And I guess I'm just concerned as a landlord, like what does this mean to me as far as the zoning? What consequences or outcomes should I expect?
Well, from a city standpoint, from basically what it is the lots in question, which in this particular case is just 56701 and 56702 lot numbers, which is, I believe, 1362 Atkinson. And it looks like probably it doesn't have an address, but next door to 1370 Atkinson. So this particular case is those two lots, and they're up and around the corner from you, if you can envision that. That means that those lots will be, if this goes through, they will be considered industrial green and no longer residential. So industrial green basically consists of like a light industrial, light manufacturing type of thing. It dictates indoor storage for it's set aside for industrial technology that have positive or minimal negative impacts on surrounding residential areas. So it's designed to be a industrial type zone that blends in well with residential areas. That's the intent of this.
And it's only sectioned off in the blue squares, according to the map?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, so then within the purple circle outside, which looks like the radius, what does that mean for those properties, which is inside,
That's a good question.
line?
The reason that purple line is there is really for the city's purpose, so that we know who to notify. That is a circle that denotes who we are legally obligated to notify for this hearing. That's really all that means. There's no It's just a notification used for us. It really has nothing to do with the zone change. That notification is used on no matter what comes to planning commission.
Got it. So if I'm understanding you correctly, it sounds like it has no direct effect on the property that I own.
No, it would not. It would not change your zoning at all. It'll still be residential.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to comment on or have an opinion on the zone change? Someone trying to speak? Okay, at this point, I'll go back to the committee for any comments or anything.
I'd like to move to recommend approval of reference number 9-21.
Okay, we have a motion to recommend approval of the Youngstown City Council by Mr. Holm.
Second.
I'll second as well.
Thank you, Mr. Squires and Attorney Libyan. We have a motion to make approval or to recommend approval of the Youngstown City Council made by Mr. Eric Holm, seconded by Mr. John R. Squires and Attorney Jeff Libyan. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. The recommendation for zone change approval will be for the City Council. Okay, we're still on schedule. We'll move on to reference number 10-21, refers to ordinance 21-103, Youngstown City Council. Request by the City of Youngstown to change zone classification of the property located on Bennington Avenue, lot number 1338. It is currently zoned RS 7.2, residential single family, to industrial green. Mr. Morrison.
Chairman, this again follows on the same path. This addresses the larger rectangular or square parcel, essentially square parcel, at the corner of Atkins and Bennington Avenue, and proposes, like the last case, to change this from residential to industrial.
I think as we get further along in these, it becomes pretty self-explanatory, especially as we look at the map and start crossing these out and realizing what's going on here. So is there anyone on the committee have any questions about this though right now? About this particular parcel on Bennington? Is there anyone on the Zoom world audience that has any questions regarding this particular piece of property on Bennington in case number 10-21? Lot number 1338. Anyone else out there? Any further comments from the committee? Oh, sorry. I see there's a question in the comment. Actually, it's not a question. Oh, no, it is a question. Albert Street already looks like junkyard. What will be done to negate that? Actually, I think we have had some talks with the property owner. That was actually a case we had 2 months ago, maybe, in regards to the property owner there. I don't know if Ms. Crossan wanted to reiterate a response to that.
Again, this is why we are assembling this property so that we can make sure that not only is the zoning correct for redevelopment, but then also that it's site ready. In preparing it to be site ready, there'll be some cleanup in coordination with our code enforcement department to make sure that the upkeep of the property is in accordance to city standards.
Thank you. Okay, is anyone in the board members like to make any more comments, motions? Different?
I make the motion to approve 10-21. And ordinance 21-103.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion that correct you for second there, Ms. Douglas. It's a recommend approval of the city council.
To recommend,
Yep.
yes.
Okay, we have a motion to make a recommendation to City Council for approval. Motion made by Member Margaret Douglas, seconded by Attorney Limbian. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. And the recommendation for approval will be made to City Council. Technically speaking, I have, we're close. We're moving kind of quick here, and we are 1 minute behind schedule. We're supposed to wait until 2:10 for public comment before we start presenting the next case. It's about 2:10 now. So this, we may have to wait for a moment on the second one, the last one. I'm going to go ahead and move on to reference number 11-21. Ordinance, this is referring to ordinance 21-104. It's a request by the City of Youngstown. By the time I'm done reading this, it'll be 2:10. 2:20.
You're good now.
Request by the City of Youngstown to change the zone classification of the properties located at Commonwealth Avenue, City Outlot number 1345, parcel 5310400055, City Outlot number 1345, parcel number 5310300044.01, City Outlot number 1345, parcel number 5310300044.01, City Outlot number 1349, parcel number 53104060, City Outlot number 1349, parcel number 5310400056, Outlot number 1349, parcel number 5310400058, and Outlot 1349 again, parcel 5310400059. All currently zoned as RS 7.2 residential single family to IG, proposed to be moved to IG industrial green. Anything interesting about this one, Mr. Moore?
Mr. Chairman, this property is owned, these properties in question are owned either by the City of Youngstown or the Youngstown School District. And they are intertwined in that regard. But all of them are zoned for single family. There was an open space area that was once considered a park next to a school, which has since been demolished off of Commonwealth Avenue. This large assembly is in the center of the mapping that you've seen in the last several cases with the edges of this large parcel. So this would allow the assembly of land that is currently owned by the City of Youngstown and the school board, the school district, for future industrial purposes.
Okay, so the building right off Commonwealth Avenue that shows on this map is no longer there.
That's correct. The site has been cleared of that school.
Okay. Being that some of it is owned by the school board, have we been into discussions with school board, and are they in favor of this? The question is that I had was, have we been in contact with the Youngstown School Board, and are they in favor of the zone change?
We have been in contact with them. I know Sharon's been working with them. I have not directly been in contact with them, but they know that we are doing it. I'll find out from Sharon what response she got from the school board. But I know she's been in contact with Mr. Sharon.
Rob, Mr. Crosby, did we send notification to the school board?
Yes.
They knew about me.
Yes.
Okay, anyone else have any questions on the committee for right now? Is there anyone out on the Zoom call right now that would like to make a comment or have any opinions on this, these particular parcels on Commonwealth Avenue and off of Republic? Any comments at all? Okay, Does anyone have anything further from the committee then?
I'd like to motion to approve or recommend the changing of the zone classifications for properties located on Wealth Avenue.
I'd like to join in that motion as a co-sponsor of the recommendation. No, that's,
Okay, we have a motion made to recommend approval of reference number 11-21, made by Attorney Libyan and John R. Squires, member.
Second motion on the floor.
Okay, we have a second on the motion by Mr. Holm. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. The recommendation for approval of the zone change will be made to Youngstown City Council.
Mr. Chairman, I know we have a couple of minutes. I thought this might be a good time to talk about the public records and public meeting component of this, just so that the record is clear.
Sure.
I know that this is sort of a transitional period in which we've gone from a completely remote set of meetings, and there are sometimes hiccups in the process, and sometimes it's a clean transition. I think we've done pretty well with the city. I just want the record to be clear that there is a complete quorum for voting purposes in the room, and that all motions were made and seconded within the room. We appreciate Mr. Swire's attendance by Zoom. We hope that you're coming back next meeting, Mr. Swires, and so that we can all.
I will.
Thank you. But I know that, you know, we're all very cognizant of doing everything correctly, and I just wanted the record reflect that we are in fact doing this according to law and according to public meeting requirements. Thank you.
Duly noted. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's about 20 after 2 now, so we're going to just go ahead and move on to this last case. Reference number 12-21, ordinance 21-105. Request by the City of Youngstown to change the zone classification of the properties located on Garland Avenue. City outlot numbers 1348. That's just one. City outlot number 1348, currently zoned RT 5.5, 1 and 2 family residential to industrial green IG. Okay, this is to the applicant.
So I believe this is another city land bank parcel. Unfortunately, we don't have that map, but it's a parcel on Garland Avenue in this area where we're recommending this be zoned industrial green before this goes to council. Make sure that it's clearly mapped. This would be city lot 1340.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? Committee? We know about how long nurses are. Is that not enough? Where are they? This parcel. It's one parcel.
It's one parcel. I believe it's one of the narrow, formerly residential parcels. Most of these along Garland are next. That one. Garland.
I got you. Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a comment on reference number 12-21 regarding ordinance 21-105? Anyone in the audience on the Zoom roll to make a comment? Once, twice. Okay. Anyone else in the on the committee make any other comments or motions?
Doesn't seem like there's any discussion, so I'll move to recommend approval of reference number 12-21.
Hey, we have a motion to approve. Motion to recommend approval of City Council reference 12-21. Motion made by Mr. Holm, seconded by Ms. Douglas. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none.
We appreciate
Motion
it.
carries. Motion carries and recommendation was made to city council. That completes our agenda. I'd like to remind everyone here that the next month's planning commission board of zoning appeals meeting will be held in Youngstown City Council chambers on the 6th floor of City Hall. Notices will go out to the affected parcels and media and public as usual as we were. Just remind everybody to stay safe out there, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We're adjourned.
Make a
We are adjourned at
Thank you for running the fast.
we are adjourned at 2:45.
Finally, meeting with that.
Thank you.